You again? Oh, no, it's me again. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. I am your host of the Cardone Solutions Podcast. My name is David Bradley, Senior Sales and Marketing Manager with Grant Cardone. Yeah. So what do we do on the Cardone Solutions Podcast? Well, listen, if you're a first-timer, let me just take a quick moment to say welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Trip over my own tongue. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate that. If you are a first timer, please make sure that you have subscribed. And then also, if you're finding value out of it after a couple listens, please make sure that you're sharing this out on the cyberspace. For those of you that are repeaters, those of you that have coming back over and over and over again, I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much. Appreciate your support. You guys are awesome. Make sure that you're getting this out there so other people can enjoy it as well. So today, oh wait, I forgot to talk about what we do on the Cardone Solutions Podcast. I go out into cyberspace. Listen, 80 to 85% of what we do here at Cardone Training Technologies is 100% free. And if you are looking to excel in business and in life, you should adopt that philosophy as well. So what I like to do is I like to go out and find some of this free content. This could be a blog that Grant put up. This could be an email that got sent out, maybe a tweet, maybe some images up on the gram, or even a video on YouTube. And I'm going to dissect it for you. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to tear it apart. I'm going to look into it. I'm going to put some action ideas on it. I'm going to give it back to you in a way that you can take this content and then literally plug it into your sales and your business and your life. If you're a leader in a sales organization, this could make for great sales meeting content for you. If you are a salesperson or a sales team of one, these could be your daily sales meetings. So, service is always senior to selling. Give. That is what we are doing on the Cardone Solutions Podcast. Now, before I get into today's topic, which is literally going to be looking at the four main differences between average and successful, let's get a word from today's sponsor. Today's episode is brought to you by Cardone University. This is the #1 sales and business training platform in the galaxy. Think about where your business is at right now. Add 30% to it and imagine what that would look like if it happened in 90 days. Do that exercise. If you like that number, then we need to get you on Cardone University right away. The other thing you may want to ask yourself while we're looking at it is, what is the one thing that is preventing you from getting that extra 30%? This literally could be anything. This could be, you starting to think more entrepreneurial, more like a business person, less like an employee. Okay. This could be your ability to generate your own traffic. This could be your ability to actually figure out what's important to a prospect, a buyer, give them a solution and close on it. This could be your ability to function on the phone. It could be your ability to follow up. Could be just keeping your head on right. Whatever it is that is preventing you from an extra 30% right now, guarantee you we have a solution for that inside Cardone University. And to prove it to you, remember, 80% of what we do is 100% free. There are 2 weeks free access to that program with your name on it. And to take advantage of that, test us out, head on over cardonesolutions.com/CardoneUFree. That's cardonesolutions.com/CardoneUFree. cardonesolutions.com/Cardone, the letter U, the word free. Go check that out. Now, on with the show. Average or successful? Which one are you? Which one are you going to be? There are average people out there right now, and there are successful people out there right now. And in a recent image that Grant put up all over social, it wasn't just on the gram. I think I saw it on Twitter. It also popped up on Facebook and LinkedIn. There are 4 main differentiators between average and successful. So let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? How do you consider yourself? Are you an average person? Or are you a successful person? And what is your definition of those two things? What separates successful, above average, from just regular Joe? What makes one average or successful? And let's look at the definitions real quick. Like if we go Google, definition of average, this is what Google gives me. An amount, standard, level, or rate regarded as usual or ordinary. An amount, standard, level, or rate regarded as usual or ordinary. Now, I'm not going to give it to you. I would like you to go Google etymology of average and tell me what you find. And shoot an email out to david@grantcardone.com with what you found about the etymology of the word average, where it came from, and what it meant originally. Have fun with that. So then go back and ask yourself that question. Am I average? After you understand the etymology. That'll be fun. Okay, so then let's look at the definition of success. I'm just going to tell you, let me just go back to that etymology of average. When I found out what that word used to mean originally, changed things for me. Changed a lot of things for me. Okay, so wear a helmet when you Google it. All right, so anyway, definition of success. The definitions of success is the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. Okay? So average means what? Amount, standard, level, or rate regarded as usual or ordinary. And then success is the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. Okay, so Grant, now that we have some understanding, Grant put together this list. 4 qualifiers of each trait for today's world. So when you go over these with me, when I go over them with you, I'd like you to ask yourself and think with, which side of this spectrum are you spending the most amount of time? And take note that you can be both in the same day. But more on that later. How will you know if you're being average? 4 questions to ask yourself. 1, do you give up easily? Do I give up easily? Do we give up easily? How much money do we spend on being entertained? Are we know-it-alls? Are you a know-it-all? Okay. And 4, have you ever referred to yourself as lazy as F? You know what the F means. Have you ever referred to yourself that way? Man, I'm lazy as... Is that you? Okay, so on the flip side, Flippy Flip, how will you know if you're being successful? Has anyone ever accused you of being persistent as F? There's that F word again. Man, this guy's persistent as... Has that been you? Have you been on the receiving end of that? Dude, you are persistent. You are a persistent mother. I got to get that beep sound effect. Do you, that's the first one. How to know if you're being successful. Being successful is that people accuse you of being persistent as F. Do you invest significantly more money into education and personal development than you do in being entertained? Second question. Third one, are you always in a state of curiosity? Are you always curious about what's going on? About why that is? Like, man, are you curious all the time? And then the fourth one is massive action, 10x, your default setting. So now remember what I mentioned earlier where I said, like, you could be both of these in one day? You can have average moments and then you can have successful moments, right? Like one moment, you're jacked up, you're pounding the phones, you're taking massive levels of action, and then something happens. Like the guy you just cold called who doesn't even know you, right? He cusses you out. He tells you to go perform an unnatural act on your couch. And then suddenly, like that hurt your feelings and you've lost your motivation. And then you start slipping into average land by retreating and then giving up in that moment, which can then easily snowball into you entertaining yourself, watching cat videos on YouTube and deciding that cold calling doesn't actually work. You're wasting your time here, okay? And you know better. And then you go hide in the bathroom for 20 minutes. So that's you slipping into average. right? You were being successful, and then you started being average. Okay, but then so where were we at? Oh yeah, we're hiding in the bathroom for 20 minutes. We shake ourselves out of it. We get back in there. Okay, why? Why do you shake that off and get back in there? Because it's your core. Your core. You. You are persistent as F. Remember when you were a kid? Like, how persistent were you as a kid? The reason A Christmas Story, that movie about the kid who wants the BB gun who's going to shoot his eye out, the reason that movie resonates with everyone is because that touches on something in our core being, about being persistent. It's natural. We were born with that. Okay? And then also curiosity, right? Have you ever heard a kid ask a why question that was probably, as an adult, the most inappropriate question ever? There's an entire show called Kids Say the Darndest Things. They speak their truth because they're curious. So maybe just start thinking about at what age did learning and curiosity become a pain in the ass and then separate from entertainment? Because you should enjoy learning. You really should. That natural curiosity should be entertaining. Remember Sesame Street? That was cool and it was fun. And kids are always taking massive action. Right? Where did all that energy go? So average versus successful, like, how do you shift gears? When you catch yourself in average, how do you literally shift into the successful gear? Your mission, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to be in a constant state of vigilance against the creep of average. When you feel average creeping in, I want you to keep in mind a couple reminders from Grant's book, The 10X Rule. 1, average is a failing formula. And 2, average is a choice and it is a state of mind. Now, the liberating thing here is that you get to choose your state. The state of mind you're in is a choice you're making right now. What are you going to be? Remember the questions from earlier. How will you know if you're being average? How will you know if you're being successful? Be. The word be, it means to exist, to occur, to take place, to stay in the same place or condition. So am I being average right now, or am I being successful right now? Don't be the average dude or dudette. If you want to have success, do you? Let me ask you that. Do you want to have success? Yes. Okay. Then you must choose to be success. And you must choose to do success. And how do you be and do success? You're persistent as F. You put more time and money into education and personal development than you do entertainment. You stay in a state of curiosity. You think 10X and you act on 10X. So when you do success, when you do 10X, you will be success. And then you will consequently have success. And speaking of time, investing it that is, and money into education over entertainment, there is a 1-2 punch available for you right now. Did you know that you can get an executive ticket to our 10X Business Bootcamp and 12 months access to Cardone University for only $14.97? That's right, $1,497 gets you 12 months access to Cardone University, so you can put some time and money into education and personal development. And then you also get a ticket to our 10X Business Bootcamp, where you get to spend 3 days with Grant and the gang working on sales, business, execution, marketing. And not only is it incredibly educational, but it is highly entertaining. All of it is. So if you want more info on that, hop on over to cardonesolutions.com bootcamp. Nice and simple. CardoneSolutions.com/bootcamp. CardoneSolutions.com/bootcamp. Should I say it one more time? Nah, you got it. Okay, hopefully we'll see you there. So what'd you get from today? What'd you learn about the differences between success and average? I love the fact that you can equate these to moods, that you can literally shift at will. Okay, if you find yourself in an average mood, flip it to a successful mood. If you find yourself successful, how do you add wood to the fire? Okay, so this has been another exciting episode of the Cardone Solutions podcast. I had a lot of fun doing it. Did you have a lot of fun listening to it? If so, make sure you've shared it out there. Get it to other people. If it's helping you, I promise you somebody else is going to get something from it too. So don't be selfish with it. Share it and make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for listening. I really, truly appreciate you being here. I'm going to leave you with the words of Grant Cardone, which is this. You already know it. Be great, because nothing else pays. See you soon.